Parker, sure. Awesome.
Right, guys, everybody ready to go? Do it all in stand-up, both the guys, and then we'll break off the one-on-ones. So, good morning, everyone. Guys, do need to get away to the airport fairly sharply, so when your one-on-ones afterwards, please just try and keep them nice and tight, and we'll make sure everyone gets what they need. Righto, guys. David's going to say a few words.
Okay, first of all, thank you everyone for coming and for patiently waiting while we do our job to work out the next step in heavyweight boxer Joseph Parker's career. We all know that Joseph, in the bittersweet sport of boxing, recently took a loss against Dillian Whyte there in a very hard-fought fight. And, you know, bittersweet, again, it could have gone another way had it been a bit longer or had the headbutt been called differently, but no, that's boxing. You've just got to take that on the chin. And so Joseph has had a very well-deserved break in the interim time. I think there's been trips to Samoa and to Hawaii and also a bit of hunting in Whanganui. And so that was well-deserved because it's not just the boxing, the training, it's all the media commitments and sponsorships. It's a draining schedule. So that's been good for Joseph, but now it's time to get back on the horse. And so, as it's been announced in the papers this morning, we're going to bring Joseph back in his home country of New Zealand where he was born. Joseph probably hasn't fought in New Zealand for maybe 18 months or thereabout, maybe a bit longer. So it's the first time New Zealanders will get to see Joseph fight at home in quite some time. And all going to plan, he might not fight in New Zealand again for another year. So it could be the only fight Joseph Parker has in New Zealand in a 3 or 4 year period. We've opted to stage the fight in Christchurch. We've chosen Christchurch. We've had one major event there in the past, and it was very successful, and the fan feedback was exceptional. And so, in that market, we expect it to be a big show heading into Christmas and a lot of demand. We'd also expect a lot of New Zealanders to fly in from around New Zealand for the only opportunity to see Joseph fight in this country in recent history. The date is Saturday, December 15. The venue is Horncastle Arena. I think it's the second biggest arena in the country after Spark Arena, so good capacity. The fight will beam around the world on various TV networks, and it's also backed by a quite entertaining and solid undercard. It's been reported that the next best heavyweight prospect coming through, Junior Farr, will fight as the main undercard. And also there will be some strong Christchurch locals like Bowen Morgan. It's been rumoured that the brown butterbean David Latally might make a comeback, perhaps against one of the rugby league guys. So there'll be a bit of entertainment around the card also. But no, we're excited to be back into it, and so Joseph will head away to camp on Saturday night and come back ready to make that step back. And I think a win, and a good win in Christchurch, puts us right back in the frame. I'm in communication with various promoters around the world, and I think we're maybe one fight away from big fights again in the UK against those contender names such as Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora and so on. So it's a bit of a rebuilding period, but time travels fast, and early next year we could all be talking about the big time all over again. So we're excited. Our goal hasn't changed. Joseph's made it clear the goal was the same, to try and unify the division and retire at age 31, and that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Right. Guys, questions?
Just in terms of an opponent, how is that process going?
We're in final stage negotiation with about 3 options, but because it's a negotiation, if they think they're the only cab on the rank, they'll try to sting you, especially coming to New Zealand, because we have to remember, when Joseph took Joshua the distance and looked good, Joshua didn't hurt him, then Dillian nearly got KO'd by Joseph at the end. So these people looking coming to New Zealand, they don't see it as a walk in the park. They know that he's very tough, and so for that reason, they're looking for danger money or more money. So it makes the promotional job probably very difficult, or more difficult than it's ever been, to find someone credible, because you can't fool the public. The New Zealand public's quite educated around sport of boxing now, So I'd expect to see someone durable, who's had no losses or maybe one loss, youngish, athletic, and no pushover, so that it's a decent main event. And so I've got to find someone that fits that bill, but is also willing to come and fight Joseph Parker. And so to do that, we're juggling about 3 options, just to keep them honest and make sure we get the right terms.
What's your cut-off date for to get someone out there?
Well, look, if it was another week, it doesn't bother me, or 2 weeks. It's really, the opponent's cutting down their training time if they run down the negotiations, so it's all a game of cat and mouse.
Joe, are you looking forward to getting back into serious training again?
Yeah. Actually, like David said, I had a good break and a lot of family time. Travelled to Samoa, Hawaii, Wanganui, Tauranga. So I'm doing a bit of travelling and spending a lot of time with kids. And so, but I feel like I've been keeping in shape. I'm not really overweight like the other times I was not in camp. So I'm ready to get back. I think we've got 10 weeks to train, so it's a good sort of good length camp that we need to sort of get back into great shape, but then work on a few things that we need to work on for the next one. And so even though we haven't locked in a phone yet, but to be honest, I don't really care either for a phone. I'll fight anyone.
Joe, David talked about the rebuild sort of phase. Is that what it feels like for you as well?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, we had a great start to our career, and then, you know, we have 2 losses now, and sort of a lot of people saying retire or stop, or, you know, being you know, I've made some right money, and you know, I'm set for life now, but I still have goals, you know, and the goal is to be 2-time world champion, to be unified champion. So, you know, as long as we have those goals and work together as a team, I feel like this is the rebuild, and I feel like it'll take us a few fights and then we'll get back to the top again.
David talked about getting a credible opponent. Whoever it is, would like to stop him, obviously, because you haven't had a stoppage for a while. Can you talk through that?
Yeah, I mean, we want to go into camp without an opponent, but I know that David's working hard behind the scenes to try to lock someone in, and like you said, it's not as easy as everyone thinks. And people say they want to fight, and we send in the contract they don't want to fight, or behind the scenes they don't want to fight, and also they ask for too much money. So he's doing all he can to get a good, credible opponent down here, you know, and hopefully someone with good experience, someone with little losses or no losses at all. And so for me, I'm just training to go out there, and I need a knockout, you know, a devastating knockout, you know, one punch knockout.
The opponent announcement, of course, is also another round of media, and this is a promotion business, so it's, sometimes dividing up information is actually quite pretty good promotionally also, as you probably well know.
So we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah. See you in a couple of weeks.
Right, so we want to break off for one-on-ones then, guys. Seems like everyone probably grabbed their timeline. So just jump in, fellas, grab Joseph, see how you're going to. But just try and keep a